I'm sorry the last episode ended so suddenly. It's just... Shit, I needed time to walk away to think. This just blew my fucking mind. And I also want to shoot one of my friends because of he actually called this shit. Because me and him were talking about Demonheart theories like way ago. Once the last of my chapter 4 came out. So me and him started going through theories and shit, and we were talking about the whole there are two thing that was in the 4th chapter. And I honestly thought it meant there are 2 demon hearts. And he said that there might be 2 demons. And I told him he was talking a pile of crap. But, oh my god, he's gonna be lording this over me for weeks. And I'm so glad I'm not gonna tell him in advance. He can wait fucking 3 weeks to find out. Well, not 3 weeks, sorry. 3 days. But, so I got 3 days of peace until... Well, technically, I had 3 days of peace, because now I don't. So you know, whatever. But yeah, shit, what are you doing? Both of them I have seen before. Jesus. Raises... What now? Oh, fuck. One is on the back, howling and screaming in pain. It's the demon boy from my dreams. His helpless shrieks never cease. Another demon spawn. Right in front of me, the other is blocking my way. He looks furious to see me here. Well, I'm furious at you, bitch! Not that we have spent much time face to face, but I've never seen him like this before. His eyes are blazing. He's almost roaring as he breathes, his chest heaving. Nothing deters you, does it? When your heart disappeared from my daring grasp, I knew it could only mean one thing. And here I thought that after putting your horror witch cut you off from me, you'd be running away, not pursuing me. I was pursuing my heart, not you! I see. I am merely an obstacle. At the moment, yes, because you're acting like a deceiving prat and I have no idea what the fuck's going on. So, you barge into my secret lair and start disturbing everything in sight. Are you happy now? I can barely hear you through the boy's cries. Release him! Release him? Do you even know what you're talking about? It cost me months to accomplish this, and even more time to sustain it. It is not something I would undo on your word. Well, fuck you! I'm commanding you to, and if you don't, I'll go shut it down myself. Let me show you my little pet over here. He's not a pet! Perhaps you cannot tell. The boy is in a constant flux between life and death. In certain moments, perhaps he is dead. Oh my god. If you're worried about his pain, you shouldn't be. He is an empty shell. His cries are only a reflex. Believe me, he is unaware. Unaware my ass, okay? He fucking talked to me in my dreams, and you forcefully pushed me out when he was telling me shit you didn't want me to fucking know. He's the one who gave me the symbols so I could help him. He asked us to be free. He wanted us both to be free. This is exactly what he meant. Oh my god. Little demon, I'm so sorry. I thought you were raised. Unless they are somehow brothers? I don't know. He is not unaware. He spoke to me. He spoke? Does he have such powers that he can reach you even without his amulet? His amulet? You took his amulet? That's not yours? Yes, he does. The dreams. Never mind. I was trying to make you feel better, but have it your way. He is aware, and he is suffering every single moment of his pathetic... And you are an asshole! Look everyone! Raze is so great! Raze is the best choice! Raze is 10 times better over Brash! Go suck a dick, okay? Fuck you all! I proved you wrong. But he has been in this state for months. If we take a little time to talk, it will not make a difference. So let us start at the beginning. Right. So who the fuck are you? Haven't you marveled at how stupid Orchard was? What? Why would you say that? She was expecting a demon child, yes? She was educated about our kin, as every witch is supposed to be. Are you that kid's father, then? Are you not actually Ray's? She should have been able to anticipate when her offspring should be born. Yet she managed to send you away minutes before it happened and frame you for her own murder. What? Minutes? A brilliant arrangement on her part, especially since she intended you to be her child's tutor. Something else happened, didn't it? Yes, I happened. Orchard didn't make that stupid mistake. There was simply no way for her to know. The mistake was mine. Yours? Yours? Imagine for an instant that my name is not Ray's. I already figured that out, bitch. I've had my suspicions. I see getting somewhere after all. He always seemed too old to be Orchard's son. The demon spawn do grow up faster, but not... Silence, witch. You had all the time in the world to tell her what you learned in your books. It's my turn to talk. I was spending my days leisurely spying on the demon world when I discovered this witch who had a brilliant plan. To sacrifice herself and give birth to a demon spawn. She was almost happy about her own death. It was a wonder to behold, and I felt so lucky to have found her, but not as much as I was envious. It was unbelievable. I couldn't keep myself from stalking her. See, motherfuckers? See, this guy wasn't even Ray's, okay? Ray's was actually a little kid who was stuck. Do you guys feel better now? Yes? Yes? At least Brash actually fucking opened up about who he was. He didn't deceive us the entire time. Well, he kind of did, but whatever. He ended up fucking doing the right thing in the end. I doubt this motherfucker will. It was unbelievable. I couldn't keep myself from stalking her. While she was working. While she was writing him letters. Writing letters to her unborn son. How organized. What was she teaching him? You see, my own mother hanged herself attempting to get rid of me. She had spent her pregnancy in a cage in Sykes' dungeon, after being sacrificed to my father. So, he was the initial demon spawn that... Oh! That's why he did such torturous things to Syke and Ren. Kind of understandable. But, again, you are going way too fucking far, mate. And the fact that you deceived me, trapped one of your own kin, fuck you. Because neither Syke nor Rim wanted to birth a demon child and die. But of course, they never wrote a book about torturing a human. My mother found a chance to escape, and knowing she would die at my birth anyway, as they probably told her while they laughed at her, she found herself a nice tree, where I would be born prematurely and still survive. Syke and Rim found us beneath the tree and took me with them. They put me back in my mother's cage and tortured me for years. They have damaged me forever. I have been denied my earliest years of development and the opportunity to reach my full potential. Where I was receiving electric shocks to please the whims of two sadistic whores, this unfortunate bastard was to receive all the opposite, all the best. That's unfortunate, though. I'm sorry, but don't blame him for that. While my mother took her own life out of hatred for me, she was adored by his own. She was happy to die for him, and she left him everything he would possibly need. I felt like the whelp, having such ideal conditions, would quickly surpass me. At the same time, I wished to learn everything about this phenomenon. How Orchard planned it, how she intended to do it, why she even wanted this. And I was dying from desire to prevent this damn demon child from being born. Inferno doesn't need another demon spawn, and the human world certainly doesn't either. Besides, a demon child fully loved by his mother with all the correct guidance, he would have the potential to become the most powerful among us. Everything that Orchard intended to leave him, all the letters, the trinkets, and you. I wanted all of these things for myself. Jesus. Yeah. Fuck you all, fuck you all, fuck you all. I was right, fuck you all, fuck you all. I wanted to know what a mother's love is, and it was right within my grasp. So I was torn between my desire to learn what would happen next and a craving to interfere. Now, I know we are indestructible, but you understand I had to try. I thought maybe while he was still in the womb, if I blew up the mother before the child had fully formed. After Orchid tricked you into consuming the demon flesh, I couldn't wait any longer. You were the friend I needed to steal, the one who she decided to let her son inherit. I had to claim you for myself, you and everything else she meant him to have. I was there the entire evening, listening as you were having dinner. And since you already were made immortal and the demon baby in her womb was almost mature enough to be born, my patience came to an end. I lost my mind, and as soon as you left the house... Orchid. I decided to test for myself whether demon spawn are truly indestructible. What if I melted his flesh in his mother's womb? What if I used blood steel to cut him piece by piece? I had to kill him. I had to try. What if there was a chance to destroy him forever and I missed it? This guy is deranged! Anyone who went, oh yeah, this guy's great, fuck off, alright? Fuck off. Brash is 10 times better than this guy. The witch's body certainly burned away, but the demon babies did not. Then I took him over, while he was still young and helpless. I had this trap prepared in advance, just for that purpose. And now, here we are. Here you have your young Rays, in all his mindless glory. He can never be released from the trap. I will be bound to listen to his screams for eternity, but that needn't be a concern of yours. So you're the one who killed Orchid. She really was murdered, and I went to jail for it, and I was beheaded because of you! Yes, it's all true. For what it's worth, I believe I already told you I was sorry about the beheading. That does not change my resolve about the demon spawn here. You should have stayed out of our lives! Evidently I should have, but we are about to erase my mistakes anyway. Don't you touch him! Don't you fucking touch him! What about the skeletons I encountered here? Old enemies of mine, rendered harmless. I had never gotten around to discarding them. I do not believe they deserve to die just yet. I know who they really are. Do you? Then it would seem you know too much. Things won't go as smoothly as you planned. You wrecked all my plans the moment you set foot in this dungeon. It's clear you disagree with my ways, but your resistance will not serve you. You are powerless to stop me. You will never release Orchid's real son. As a consolation prize, I give you this. Mr. Edgardo! As I raise my hands to prevent getting clawed, the demon spawn grabs Ari from my side and sprints for the door across the room. Ari! Fuck it, I'm gonna check Mr. Edgardo. I'm sorry, Ari! Sure enough, it's Mr. Edgardo, Orchid's old pet. He calms down, nestled in my arms. He seems to be doing fine, although I suspect the demon spawn hasn't been feeding him delicious meals like Orchid used to. I will have to save Mr. Edgardo from this place. I won't forget to pick him up when I find a way out. It should be safe to leave him here for now. The older demon spawn let the door shut behind him where he ran, but I don't think he locked it. On the other side of the room, the boy's Rays is still screaming, his body twisting back from pain. I move closer to observe the mechanism that's holding him in the trap. There's no apparent way to release him, not now. I feel a familiar presence entering the chamber. Right, we are here. What do I need to do to overthrow your master? Tell me! Hear my plan, and together we will ensure his demise. I will do anything you ask. Anything to stop that sick bastard. Demise? Entrapment? Is any of this truly possible, mistress? Poor Rin, don't you remember? We hid the ceremonial blade. For years the master fretted over his existence and longed to discard it in the pool of flames. Yet he kept it, intended to use it against other demon spawn. When he trapped the child, the blade went missing, and he did go a bit more insane. I remembered the punishment. We both bathed in lightning. He even threw us into the flames, all because we failed to locate the blade. Yes, you're starting to remember. He had tried to pull us out of the flames quickly, though. For a moment, it gave him fright and us hope that we might turn into ashes and become free. It is a good thing you truly forget that we hid the weapon, so you do not confess. Now at last, there is someone who can wield it. What's the blade's significance? It was forged from blood steel, the demon's bane, and enchanted to curse the demon spawn. When struck with it, he will freeze in place. Interesting. I knew there was a way to deal with them. I fucking knew, but I just didn't know what it was. This is what we'll need you to do. Cut him deep, then call for us, and we will come and re-enchant the trap with him inside it. But if we do that, the other one will be pushed out. It matters not. The master is the one who has to pay. Is there any other way to release the little one? There may or may not be. What should we try? As long as the master roams free, it would only bring us punishment. Take the blade. I've recovered it from its hiding place. The witch's sleeves flutter and a weapon appears from beneath her robe, floating in front of her until I take hold of it. Bring justice however you see fit. Avenge us! The witches float away and I'm left with Mr. Edgardo and the screaming boy. There's no visible way to operate the device. It keeps sending electrical shocks through the boy's body and its power source remains a mystery. Rin said that if I help him push out the imposter, the real rays should... Rin said that if I help them put down the imposter, the real rays should be pushed out of the device. It might be the only way to rescue him. I have to find the imposter. He ran through the door on the left. There doesn't seem to be any other way to go after him. As soon as I step through the door, it becomes hot. It's another one of those dark infernal tunnels with an orange light shining in the distance. Whoa. At the end of the tunnel is a bridge leading over a fiery lake. This is inviting. He must have crossed it, so that means I can too. I should do it quickly, but there's no end in sight. He has taken Ari away. Why did he take her? To taunt me? Is he jealous of her because she is still in good standing with me? Does he mean to take away all of my friends until he is the only one left? Will I even find her alive? Would avenging Psyche and Rin truly be justice? It would be justice for the real rays. Either way, it would be wise to keep the blade concealed. As I ran, it occurs to me that I should try and save some of my speed. I might need it when I catch him. At last, I spot the demon spawn in the distance. The bridge ends at a big platform and there's nothing but fire around us. Don't touch her! Ari is unconscious in the demon spawn's arms. So persistent. Raze, or whoever you are, you need to listen to me! Listen? Well, we are in a dead end, so it seems I have no choice. You have wings, bitch! After all, my lair is small enough that we are bound to keep running into each other during the eternity you will spend here. And don't worry about your human lifespan. It didn't pose a problem for Psyche and Rin. With your witch follower, though, it's gotten too crowded for my taste. Thankfully, the fire is here to consume all needless possession. Don't you fucking dare! Killing Ari will not help your cause. It will only make me hate you. More than you already do. I thought it was all the same. No, it is possible to hate you more. Then hate me, but you will watch her burn. No! No! He spins around with insane strength and energy, hurling poor unconscious Ari into the flames. No! What have I done? Ari! No! She help us and I didn't even go after her. What was I doing? How could you? Don't you understand? I am capable of this and more. Haven't you seen anything in my lair? So, you have discovered me. This is me, not the son of your famous healing do-gooder witch, but of a simple peasant girl. I was merely brought up by famous witches, but they did not have my best interests at heart. Now you see me for what I am. I am merely a thief, an imposter. I am the weakest of my kind, and you're an asshole! Orchard's son was the demon spawn ally meant for you. Will you keep your promise to Orchard and protect him? Her real son? Yes! Since you seem to care about morality, I have to warn you. The child is insane and seeks the death of your kin. In his trance, he sometimes weeps for the apocalypse. You're lying. Why would I ever believe you again, imposter? I have no more reasons to lie. You already know everything. If you win this fight and release him, I hope you will remember my words when he jumps at your throat. I've had enough of you, demon spawn. This time you'll stop bothering me. Forever! Perhaps you will not spend eternity like poor Psyche, but rather here in the flames. In the middle of this fiery pit, I suddenly felt a chill. The demon spawn was about to attack. I defended myself. He charges at me, slashing forth with his clawed arms. I dodged the first attack, jumping out of his way, but he quickly turns around to attack again. He seems he is gifted with demonic speed as well, which makes sense considering his heritage. With my eyes wide open, I follow his next attempt and evade another attack. It seems he anticipated which way I would turn, as he follows up with another strike immediately and rips the side of my armor. He keeps attacking me relentlessly, and it seems hopeless. If I turn to run, I'm afraid he might get a good hit on my back. My speed is making a huge difference. A normal human would never stand a chance. At this rate, he will tear my armor to shreds. I start trying to defend myself with my dagger, which makes him pull back a little while calculating his next attack. Then he launches into another series of relentless clawing, and I strike back with my dagger, cutting him almost each time I dodge an attack. It seems he has lost some of his balance. He moves forward into what seems to be a reckless attack, surrounding me with his arms. His chest is left undefended, but I hesitate to attack. And so it becomes too late. Instead of clawing at my sides, the demon spawn clenches me in his arms until I can barely move. Shit! He pulls the knife out of my hand and throws it away. Thankfully, it wasn't the ceremonial blade. I still have it hidden. Thank fuck! Towering over me, he bends me backwards towards the pit of fire. Shit! Would he really do this? The world seems to have slowed down even more. Before I could think of anything useful to say, I noticed a weak spot on one of his double-jointed legs I can use as an opportunity to kick it with all of my force. He trips and falls back on the floor, pulling me down with him. Holy shit. He pants tiredly, looking up at me. There's no more rage in him. I still have the ceremonial blade, and he doesn't seem to realize. I want to do right by Orchard. Knowing that, I know this guy was hard done by, I know that, but he let his anger get the better of him. And I want to believe there's still redemption for Orchard's son. He's still young, he can still learn. But this guy's too set in his fucking ways. It wouldn't happen. Fuck it. I managed to pull out the blade and dive it towards his stomach. Just as it starts tearing his skin, the demon spawn's strong arm stops me, holding me in place. Why can he still move? I did cut him, but he saw it coming. I couldn't drive the blade deep enough. He looks down at the weapon and he recognizes it. His face fills with strange sadness. The ceremonial blade. You tried to do to me the worst thing imaginable. Bride, I was so wrong about you. I have to start fixing my mistakes. And I was wrong about you, asshole. I thought you were someone who was misunderstood, which you kind of are, and someone who deserved a second chance, compassion. You didn't get all the things you wanted in life. I get that. But the fact that you were not the person who I thought you were, you've constantly lied to me, and you've been nothing but a conniving asshole. Seriously, fuck you, okay? I'm past the point now. Struggling, the demon spawn lifts me up. Shit. No. Did I fuck up? It ends in... Fuck! Oh, shit. So, I got a bad end. Bollocks. Okay, give me a second.
No, God!
Really?
No, God,
fucking...
please, no! No!
Really?
No!
Okay.
No!
20 minutes later.
Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry, I spent so fucking long just getting back here because I didn't fucking save it. There was no fucking autosave. So, I've learned my fucking lesson. I've saved it like 3 separate times on the way up to here. So, shouldn't have to deal with that again. Unfortunately, still couldn't save Ari with my initial choices, so that sucks balls. Because of, I did attempt to, I literally just checked out Mr. Edgardo and said I'd take it with me. Got the dagger from Psyche and Ren, and then literally legged it. Because of, I knew there was no way to get the boy out at this point, so I knew there was no way to actually get Ray's out of that contraption. So, I had no choice. So, I thought running after them sooner would allow me to, get Ari, but apparently not. So, that sucks. So, okay. I tried defending last time, I'm going to try attacking this time, because I have just saved it, so if I do fuck up... He glares at me, slashing forward with his clawed arms. I dodge the first attack and strike back with my dagger, cutting the skin of his arm. He quickly turns around to strike again. It seems he is gifted with demonic speed as well, which makes sense considering his heritage. As I jump to attack him again, he claws at me from the left, ripping the side of my armor. We both keep attacking each other relentlessly. I leave scratches and cuts on his skin. He manages to dodge just well enough to avoid serious injuries, and he keeps ripping my armor, rarely hurting me. It's not for its lack of trying. My speed is making a huge difference. A normal human would never stand a chance. His wounds seem to mend before my airy eyes, but I keep giving him new ones. It looks like he's losing his balance. When I strike at his stomach, his defenses seem to fail completely. My blade plunges in deeper than I thought it would, only for him to pull it out and throw it away. Thankfully, it wasn't the ceremonial blade. I still have it hidden. The demon spawn surrounds me with his arms, clenching me until I can barely move. Towering over me, he bends me backwards towards the pit of fire. Would he really do this? The world seems to have slowed down even more. Before I could think of anything else to say, I noticed a weak spot and kick it, knock it into the floor, pulling me down with him. He pants tirelessly, looking up at me. There's no more rage in him. I start the ceremonial blade, but he doesn't seem to realize. I'll see if kissing him will work. I'm actually going to save it here as well this time. So, do I kill the fake? In all honesty, I say yes because he fucking deserves it. He's put everyone through so much shit because of him. So, he literally fucked over everyone. So, yeah. Oh, whoa, okay, I was not expecting that. Shit. Okay, well, there you go, Ray's fangirls. Well, fake Ray's fangirls, should I say. So, you know, you get a bit of an okay image, okay? Get over it. He holds his breath and keeps his eyes open, as if he had hoped for this, but didn't dare expect it. Okay. Hopefully this is distracting enough. Please let this be distracting enough. It takes him a moment to relax and start trusting me, and then I strike. Oh, thank God. It worked this time. The demon spawn gasps, arching back, and then stays in place like that. I think he knows what happened, but he can't say anything. Yeah, because I paralyzed you, bitch! He deserves this. He was right to distrust me. Staying on his side was wrong, and I had to do the right thing. I get up and turn towards the bridge, thinking how I'm supposed to summon Psyche and Ren, but they are already floating towards me. It seems they have been watching. At last he falls. The master is down. Should we help him? No, Rin. You keep forgetting. Sight keeps whispering to Rin in a language I don't understand, explaining something to her. Rin asks a question in the same language and Sight responds as if reassuring her. They seem to be concentrating on casting some kind of spell. The demon spawn's body is lifted up in the air, floating. All three of them fly away towards the torture chamber. My choice is made. It was the only just choice. To release the real Rays, the one Orchard loved more than her life. Also, I hope the boy will turn out to be more agreeable than the imposter. That shouldn't be too difficult. Setting him free may not have been a priority for Psyche and Ren. Their priority is to punish their master and to be free of him. But Rays will be saved as a result. It's time to return to the torture chamber. I can barely stand this heat. See how the fuck you like it, bitch. I know two wrongs don't make a right, but in all honesty, if there was no other way to get him out other than trading places, fuck it. Back in the chamber, the skeletal witches are gathered at the demon spawn's trap device. Inside it now stands the imposter, hunched forward and wrapped in his wings. It looks like he's trying to hide from the pain, or from us. Unlike the real Rays, he doesn't scream at all. Perhaps he is more resilient than the boy, or more used to this. Our Demonheart friend. On behalf of myself and my apprentice, thank you. You will forever have our gratitude, though I suspect we will soon be dead without Dorius's interventions. I spot him caught up in the dark corner, panting. Rays! He stirs and starts getting up, as if he had somehow become aware of my gaze. The demon child looks up at me with his yellow eyes. His face is familiar. I had seen it in my dreams, but then it was different, distorted from pain. It still bears the marks of torture, but now it's finally relaxed. Mother? No, it's Bright. I am your mother's friend. I know who you are. You are not her, but you are the only one I have seen. I am free, as the great Fan had promised. Fan? Who? I had seen the vision of the great Fan. I had heard his voice, and he has seen me too. The great Fan has found me in this desolate lair, but he could not yet come for me. For he too is trapped. He is the wingless one, the bringer of the apocalypse. He will unite us all, even him. He turns to the imposter in the trap. I know not how the great Fan will achieve this, but he will. Let's take it slow. Why don't you rest for a while, then we can talk about this apocalypse. Rest? I have never known rest. Seems like a waste of time when there's much to do. But you may be right. There will be endless time for action. This is only the beginning. I know the skill required to take us to the human world. Thank you. Many times I have felt the rush of energy attempting to escape and save myself from the pain, but within the trap it never worked. For your safety, some experiments will be required before we attempt it. Thank you, Rays. Even as a child, you're fucking considerate. It would be a sad fate if I never mastered the skill. We would stay here until the Great Bang came for us, and it might not happen in centuries. Holy shit, okay. That actually means you would die. But I digress. I do believe that I am capable of taking us out of here. Give me a moment. I will start practicing right away. I swear I will not give up until I am able to save you. Rays. Thank you, Rays. He nods. I apologize if I gave off the wrong impression before. I am grateful that you came for me. There are simply so many lines of thought in my mind that I forget myself. I should take some time to recover. Perhaps I need to sit down for a while. As I said, calm down for a bit, okay? Rays took perhaps a whole day to rest, recollecting his thoughts, and gather his mother's belongings from the infernal lair. During this time, I found a chamber with a bed in it, but I was too tense to sleep. Besides, it was the imposter's bed, whether the demon spawn actually slept on it or not. My demonic powers certainly helped me retain my sanity while staying awake all this time, but I became very tired. When Reyes was done recovering, he started meditating on his infernal powers, which he believed would work as practice for his teleportation spell. Hey, he's wearing the amulet again. I have news at last. My infernal powers are growing reliable. Teleportation should be an easy matter now. It might require tests between uses, but I trust it's only essential for us to use it once to reach the outside world. Also, I was able to retrieve an item that is rightfully mine from the imposter. There's something different about him. The amulet, it looks so heavy around his neck. It was one of the most important gifts my mother left me, so shamelessly stolen from me. He would taunt me with how he was using it to contact you while I couldn't, but I could in your dreams. Now we will be able to talk even when we are apart. However, I would like to travel with you, to walk the landscapes of the outside world. Really? That would be fine by me, but you can't be seen by anyone. Then you will be my mentor, like it was meant to be. As for the humans, we should find a way to stop them from bothering us. We'll come up with a really good disguise. Disguise? I'm afraid I don't have enough experience to be of help, but you can disguise me if it must be done. I will listen to your wisdom as long as you allow me to stay in your company. Come, let us do this. Reyes instructs me to stand still together with Mr. Edgardo, whom I had promised to rescue from Inferno. He takes my hand, and I hold the cat to my chest with one arm. The demon spawn starts muttering muttering in an unknown tongue. At last, a magic similar to the portal's field engulfs us. We are back in Rivia's dungeon, in the hallway right at the entrance to my prison cell. Does this place disturb you? It is the last place you slept. This is where she tortured me. Ah, I apologize. We can try not to spend too much time here. Still, this is a witch's den, isn't it? Do I have permission to explore it? I guess. You're welcome to it. Thank you. I think you might need to find a more hospitable chamber and rest. In any case, I will stay close. The little clopping noises from his feet. It's so adorable. And so I was left with only one ally, the real Reyes, the demon spawn who was meant for me, or so his mother Orchard decided. When we were both rested and prepared, we would start our journey. I found a hooded robe for Reyes to disguise his features so he could travel with me in the human world, at least until we found a better solution. I decided we had to leave the south, so we set foot on the scheduled forest road to the northeast. We would find a place to hide the lawless city of Ravage, and then possibly move on, depending on the conditions we encountered there. Perhaps I would need to take some time teaching young Reyes the basics about the human world first. He went on and on about an ancient demon spawn called the Great Fawn, and how great he apparently was. This old demon spawn had the power to speak to Reyes in his state between life and death and filled his head with nonsense. I was certain that I was a much more stable and sane comparison for conversation, and that Reyes would realize it in time and come to see things my way. Rivia was left to Lord Mace's mercy, and I had reasons to believe he wouldn't be very merciful. At any rate, my hometown became safer. The witch's imprisonment probably pleased Lord Second just as much as an assassination would have, but I wasn't sure I could trust him to restore my freedom. My parents still thought I was dead, and I decided to come up with a way to send them a message they would instantly recognize. I wasn't sure if I should do it though, because at this point, any knowledge of me might put them in danger. I decided to start a new life far away from my old home. I would do my best to find a place where people are peaceful and trustworthy. I hope to find a way to change this world for the better without using aggression and violence. So Brash and I promised to reunite in Ravage. I wondered how I would find him in the big city, or if he would find me first. Actually, why was I worried? I knew that I would spot that big jerk anywhere. I wished he would take me to Scarcewall to show me the city, as well as the palace he supposedly lived in that all the Scarcewall Knights seem to brag about. But he said the south was off limits to us, so we would have to meet in new locations like outlaws. When we next met, things would be different. I was a free person now, not this prison girl. Though he was still kind of intimidating, I could meet him on more even grounds. I knew he cared. The fact that he refused to have me hauled off to Lord Mace and risk getting in trouble for me proved it. I hoped that we could both make it our rendezvous, and maybe we'd get around to fulfilling his old wish to be his even if it's the last thing I do. Now that I was safe, it sounded a little funny, but back then it was terrifying. Indeed. Brash was either very obsessed with me or completely out of his mind. Either way, he was going to come for me. Most of the people who travelled beside me had died, and most of them did not deserve it. Such as the young witch Ari, I'm so sorry, who was sacrificed because she found herself in the middle of a conflict between me and the imposter. My nightmares had stopped. There was only one more dream of Orchard. Thank you for saving him. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Now, I can be at peace. What a nice last dream. In the end, I had the two most important things, my heart and my freedom. Really? Really? Okay, that's a bit gutting. Okay, well, these are apparently the credits. I'm just gonna let the credits roll because you never know when a secret thing is going to pop up at the end. You never fucking know, do you? So, right, my thoughts on Demonheart. All disappointed about the ending. I mean, the whole imposter thing, Jesus fucking Christ, was not expecting that in the slightest. Jesus. I mean, the journey was amazing. I won't deny it, but I'm hoping that maybe... I have heard rumors that there's a second game, but I'm wondering if any of the other endings are more fulfilling. Because I was the stereotypical good girl, didn't do violence unless it was necessary bullshit. So maybe if I go down one of the darker routes, or one of the more like, you know, defiant routes and telling people, you know, fuck off more, maybe it might be more interesting. I don't know. So, so sorry for the yawn. Jesus, I literally blitzed through this. I am so sorry if I didn't react the way that you guys expected me to. But I just want to see if there's anything hidden at the end. And I'm a bit pissed that that guy was an imposter. I wouldn't be able to just forgive and forget that easy. I mean, I know what you're all thinking. Oh, you did the same with Brash though. Meh. Shut the fuck up, okay? At least Brash and me are the same, okay? We're not gonna bring more demons or humans or anything into the world. Our lives will be our fucking business. So, hence, me and I don't think Brash would be a good role model for Ray's, but but I think that, you know, Ray's having some form of parents will help to shape him. And even if me and Brash aren't the greatest role models, hey, it's something, you know? More than what most people had, like this fucking imposter, for example. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a fucking great game. I'm just gonna check if there's anything in the extras. No, nothing new in the extras. How sad. But okay, I hope you guys enjoyed Demonheart. By all means, let me know. I think this episode is gonna be like an hour and a half or something, because of I know I'm gonna have to cut out like 20 minutes of just me trying to skip fucking forward because of I was a dumbass and didn't fucking save it. So I do apologize for that. But if you guys want me to do a different Demonheart route, and just basically explain what my choices were up to chapter 5, I will happily do that. I will quickly go through chapters 1 to 4 and record just chapter 5 for you if you'd like, down the different dark routes or down a different romance path, because as far as I know, Ari is a choice as well. So we've got Mr. Imposter here, and seriously, I'm gonna kill you guys for even asking me to do that one, but I will do it if enough people ask. 2, Ari's a route, and I think just, you know, not being with anyone is also a choice. But excuse me. Well, I think that's the signal for me to end this recording, so I thank you guys for watching the Demonheart series. If you would like it to continue, please tell me in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to take your feedback. But seriously, if you're interested in this game, big thanks to Rolling Crown. They did a brilliant job. And also, as much of a nag as, well, I've been complaining a lot over the past couple of days about how it got delayed, and I do apologize for that. It's pre-game jitters kind of thing, especially when you know the ending's right around the corner. I had the same shit when it came to Telltale games, believe me. But you know, I'm babbling now. I'm babbling. I do apologize. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and I'll either see you for more Demonheart if you guys ask for it, or I'll see you for a next series which I've already got in the works for you guys to enjoy. Peace out.